Hello internet, welcome back to Uncharted Destination, and today I'm gonna give you a different kind of content. I'm actually doing preparations for my long drive, and I had some modification done on my engine bay. I had a plastic junction pipe, so I had to convert it to an aluminum junction pipe. So the previous junction pipe, the plastic one, was really leaking. I think with the pressure it had a crack. So someone advised me to install an aluminum one, which is efficient and durable. And also I did change my music system. Initially, Toyota radio, and I swapped it with the Sony XAV65, 55 watts. This was in my previous Subaru Impreza. So I did some swap. It's a good radio, I love its music. And also installed under-seat subwoofer, Alpine. I've seen a lot of under-seats online, JBL, Pioneer, but when I did some digging, I found out that the 8,000 watts, 3,000, 4,000, that's a PR. It's just for marketing. Actually, the original JBL under-seat, the Bass Nano Pro, got 200 watts. That's a peak power, and RMS 100 watts. So right now I'm using Alpine subwoofer. That's Alpine SWE 1200. It's a good subwoofer. I love its music. It's a bit punchy. Let me show you the controls. This is the remote by Alpine. I don't know if you can see it. Yeah, this is the remote. The gain and low pass filter knob, and the reverse and normal. You think your bass is not positioned quite well. And also at the back I have this is the Alpine amplifier. The good thing is it comes with it's not enclosed like the others. It has a different amplifier. It's outside the bass speaker. And in case you're wondering where my speaker is, I like it when it's at the boot, because it produces a punchy bass. But under the seat it was somewhat tight, so maybe you can try it at the boot. You like the audio, because the trunk acts as a second cabin. So this is the bass speaker. As you can see, it's Alpine SWE 1200. It's an acoustic, somehow made box. You can see it has a gap here. It produces some good quality audio. So I like it when it's at the boot because of the punchiness. The boot acts as a cabin. So today one installed the ground wire. It was installed wrongly. I don't like shoddy jobs. I bought some connectors. I'm going to install the ground wire and the power cable. I had to use Velcro so that it can slide. So when you place it like that, it won't play around. So I use the Velcro. Good music. I prefer it at the trunk than under the seat. So I'll be using these connectors to install the ground wire on the power cable at the battery terminal, because I did not like how they were tied, because when you tighten up it actually snaps. So as you can see, this is the ground wire. I'll use the power cable to tie that, and also at the terminal. So currently I'm running a 15 amperes fuse for this radio, because it's about 10 to 12 amperes. So I'll run a 16 amperes fuse for this, and I'll show you at the bay how it looks like. So this is my ground wire. It was not tied to my satisfaction, so I'm gonna remove it and use the connectors I'm gonna use these connectors and this one to tie it at the base of the chassis. Since this is the ground weight, should be short, should not be so long. Just bought this at China Square. Okay, so I'm gonna run this one. I'm gonna tie this ground wire here. That's it. That's what I don't like. It snaps. That's why I had to look for a connector. I don't like this. You see? So I had to look for a connector so that I can ground it here. As you can see, I've sanded this part so it can be bare metal, no paint. So let me connect this and then I'll get back to show you how it looks like.
A few moments later.
So that's it. Just fastening it a little bit for it to be stronger. So that's how I've tied it. I'm gonna insulate this connector here, just like knit jobs. Insulate it. I'm gonna insulate it at this point. So the same I'm gonna do to the terminal, the positive terminal. So initially I had a technician who did this, and he had to connect the subwoofer power directly from the radio power, directly from the radio source, and it was clipping. I could listen for about 10 to 15 minutes and the radio could go silent. So I was advised the power should be sourced directly from the positive terminal. That's what I did, but he also did a shoddy job. So I had to connect it direct. I had to connect using the clipper, so that's what I'm doing currently. Yeah, as you can see. I'm gonna use this like this. So the good thing with this, even if I tighten it so much, it won't snap like the previous one. It was snapping. So this one is a good tie. So that's fair enough, as you can see. It won't snap. So next at the terminal, use this other clip, this connector, so that it can have a perfect audio, because the Alpine just draws more power, so it was competing with this radio. So I had to separate the audio. So I had to separate the power source. Oh, that's look good. So let me try powering it up. As you can see, that's a good sign from the remote. I can see a blue light there, which means it's powered off. Okay, it's working. It's feeling like a cold dark winter and the sun still behind the trees. Yeah. She asked me if I had another minute and I didn't have the heart to leave. It's feeling like a cold dark winter and the sun still behind the trees. Yeah. She asked me if I had another minute and I didn't have the heart to leave. Yeah. It's feeling like a cold dark winter and the sun still behind the trees. Yeah. She asked me if I had another minute and I didn't have the heart to leave. Did you wait too long? Tell him that you love him, but he's already gone, darling. Did you make two wrongs? Know that daddy never made a right before, darling. You were never made to be the judge, darling. You never changed, just wait for me to budge, darling. It's feeling like a cold dark winter and the sun still behind the trees, yeah. She asked me if I had another minute and I didn't have the heart to leave, yeah. It's feeling like a cold dark winter and the sun still behind the trees, yeah. She asked me if I had another minute and I didn't have the heart to leave. One day I'll be everything you ever wanted. Until then I'll be out here fighting like it's nothing. Through the cold dark winter. Did you say goodbye, knowing damn well everybody gon' die someday? Did you waste my time, knowing damn well we can press rewind? One day I'll be everything you ever wanted. Until then I'll be out here fighting like it's nothing. Through the cold dark winter. That makes surely work. So I love to use the connector to avoid this wire snapping, so that I can do a nice job. She asked me if I had another minute and I didn't have the heart to leave. One day I'll be everything you ever wanted. Until then I'll be out here fighting like it's nothing. Through the cold dark That's how I tie it. Then back.
It's feeling like a cold dark winter and the sun still behind the trees. Yeah. She asked me if I had another minute and I ain't had the heart to leave. Yeah. It's feeling like a cold dark winter and the sun still behind the trees. Yeah. She asked me if I had another minute and I ain't had the heart to leave. It's feeling like a cold dark winter and the sun still behind the trees. Yeah. She asked me if I had another minute and I ain't had the heart to leave. Yeah. It's feeling like a cold dark winter and the sun still behind the trees. Yeah. She asked me if I had another minute and I ain't had the heart to leave. Did you wait too long? Tell him that you love him but he's already gone, darling. Did you make two wrongs? Know that daddy never made it right before, darling.
That's the way it should look. And then I'll seal it down with that seal tip.
It's feeling like a cold dark winter and the sun still behind the trees. Yeah. She asked me if I had another minute and I ain't had the heart to leave. Yeah. It's feeling like a cold dark winter.
I'll seal it here with a seal tip like this, because they don't have the thermal pipes. Are they called thermal pipes? So they can melt them down here. Yeah, these connectors now look great. Yeah, that's it. So this will go in here. This will go in here. And then I'll is what we call a perfect job. Tighten it once more. I think that's enough. I can return this enclosure. So this is the 15 amperes fuse I'm using currently to be safe, that is, because I'm not sure of the amperes of the Alpine, so I'm using the 15 amperes fuse. So I was lucky when I was running this connection. I had to run my cable through the grommet here. I was lucky I had a hole, so I had to get it through there so that it can run straight to the positive terminal. So I guess I'll have to tie this grommet with a cable tie to get it back as it was, to prevent dust from getting in. So I had to run the power cable through the grommet into the positive terminal. So guys, this is the junction Pep was telling me about. Initially it was a plastic, so I had to source for aluminium one. It was leaking somewhere about here. So this is an aluminium one, very durable. I'm going to test it on my long drive. That's why I did some preparation. Change the junction pipe, a little bit of music connection. I flushed the old coolant, put in some new coolant. Then I have got some new spark plugs, and I'm running new tires. So I'm gonna tell you about the fuel consumption of this Rumion. Guys, that's it for today. See you in my next video as I try to test this performance on a long drive with this Rumion 2010. New battery, new tires, new spark plugs, and of course I had to upgrade the music because it will be boring on a long drive without music. I'll update you guys on its performance. And also I had to change the brake calipers, both the rear and the front brake calipers. The service is top notch. I'll update you on my next video.